Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to University Synagogue. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Barry Lutz. I'm the rabbi here, and so excited to have you here to join us in our Shabbat morning worship. How many of you are here for the first time at University Synagogue? Wow. Welcome. So excited to have you here. So, just a few words about our service before we begin, especially for those of you who are joining us here for the first time. You need this, our prayer book, which is either on the seat or in front of you. Of course, in leading us in worship this morning, Max will be leading us through the words of our prayer book. If you haven't used a Hebrew prayer book before, you'll notice it opens from the other side because Hebrew reads in the other direction. And there is both Hebrew and there are translations and interpretive readings and transliterations. For those of you whose Hebrew is a little rusty, you can join along with us in transliteration as well. But most importantly, well, we're here to celebrate with this young man right here, yes? Who is here to lead us in worship. And in order to do that, he needs your help. He needs your voices to join with him. So I hope when you have the opportunity to join in, either in reading or in song, you will take the opportunity to do so because your voices add to the beauty and sanctity of our worship together. Just one last thing before we begin. If you would just please check your cell phones one more time. Make sure that they are turned to silent or turned off. It'd be very much appreciated. And if someone should come in to the sanctuary now that I've explained all this to you and come and sit next to you and isn't exactly sure where we are, if you would just help them out by indicating the prayer book to them and letting them know where we are in our service so that they can join with us as well. Once again, Shabbat Shalom. We're so excited to have you here.
Shabbat Shalom. As we join in prayer together, you'll notice that in a synagogue, most of our prayers are sung together. So I invite you to raise your voice in song and to create a sacred community together by doing so. We're going to join together on page 10. To be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
If you'll turn in your prayer books to page 67, we'd like to invite Kathy and Bill Dockstader to join us on the bima to lead us in the reading on this page.
May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
Thank you.
Amen.
If you'll turn your prayer books to page 170.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. As I wrap myself in this delete, I fulfill my mitzvah as my creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul. Adonai, my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kadishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hi'atef batzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm gonna go first. Do I just stand here? Max, we are so proud of you. And today we're proud of you because of all the hard work you put into preparing for this bar mitzvah, learning to read Hebrew, interpreting the tropes for the music, and months of studying the ceremony. But there are so many other things that we are proud of you for. Getting good grades in school, building your own computer from scratch, continually moving higher and higher in parkour, and of course your amazing musicianship. You auditioned and got into the All-State Honors Band and the School of Rock house band, and there's so many, many other things that we're proud of you of. But the thing that we're most proud of is the fact that you're just a good person. You're the most kind and considerate person. I know you have a big heart, and you're sensitive to the people around you. And these are the qualities that are very special and will take you a long way in life. When you were a baby, the nannies had two nicknames for you, Little Alegria, which means happiness, and terremoto, which is earthquake. You still exhibit these qualities. When you set your sights on something, you bring sunshine and happiness to so many people in your life, and when you set your sights on something, you become laser focused, and not even an earthquake can stop you. There's no question you're going to be a winner in whatever you decide to do in life. We wish you a long, healthy, and happy life, and I love you, my son.
Okay, it's my turn. Can you hear me? Max, we are so proud of you. You have embraced your bar mitzvah with such gusto, and that speaks volumes as to who you are as a person and how you approached life. When your dad and I got married, we discussed the possibility of having children. Your dad told me if we had a child, we had to raise him Jewish. My response to him was, if Judaism is what made you who you are, then I want this exact same for my child. And I could not feel stronger about that than I do today. You embody the same ethical values, have a strong sense of what is right and wrong, and most importantly, are good to others, just like your father. Judaism has made you who you are, and I am so thankful to be on this journey with you. One of my favorite parts about Judaism is what we're doing right now. We got this awesome opportunity to celebrate a life, a very short 13 years of a life so far. and articulate everything in this very public forum before people you know and love about what this incredible little person means to you. Preparing for this day, watching reruns of Max on drums, Max on guitar, Max climbing this, Max jumping over that, has brought your dad and me so many tears of joy, fits of laughter, and hearts swelling with pride. And this is what I do know. You have a joie de vivre that is both palpable and contagious. You light up any room you enter, and you definitely light up our lives. We are so proud of you and feel very blessed that you have given us this amazing gift to be your parents and guide you on this wonderful adventure called life. Okay.
Turn to page 195 and ask you to please rise as we join in the Baruch Hu. Please be seated. We'll continue on page 196.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcomed than gold. A Torah from heaven, I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot.
Page 198. We give thanks for the gift of Torah.
Shabbat
Page 200, we turn to the Shema and ask that you once again please rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Continue on page 201.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 203.
Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, in earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of the land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Continue with our song of freedom on page 204. Please join us in Micha Mocha.
והמליכו ואמרו צור ישראל, קום בעזרת ישראל, ובדכן אומך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
On page 205 through 210, we continue with the tefillah. As we do so, I ask that you please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'nechem Leman Shemo Ve'ahava Melech Ozer Umashiach Umagen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Olam Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach Umarid HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Mekayem emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'al gevurot umido melech memid umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atal hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye Hakol.
נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך. וכרז אל זה ואמר, קדוש, קדוש, קדוש,
Please be seated. We'll continue on page 211 with Yismechu as we celebrate the gift of this day, the gift of Shabbat.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. מקודשי שבי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך השבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. והשבי רצית בו וקידשו שבת. חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
Page 212. Take your time.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility, that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 214.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim anachnu lach.
For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach.
For all those who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. Modim anachnu lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai,
Hatov Shimcha Ulcha Na'eh Lehodot. Shabbat offers us an opportunity to take a breath, to catch our breath from what is often a week in which we find ourselves racing from place to place and moment to moment. And so not only do we have the opportunity to join together in the words of our Siddur, but also to take a breath, to have a moment for ourselves, a moment to pause and reflect. So I invite you to take now that moment for a moment of silent prayer. We come this morning to one of the momentous moments in the journey of our people. I want you to imagine yourselves for a moment enslaved in Egypt. 430 years enslaved, in bondage, oppressed, being pushed on and held in bondage on all sides, not being able to find that moment to breathe, to have others on you all the time, telling you what to do, how to do, when to do. Imagine living your life in that way, and then finding yourself finally at the edge of the sea, having crossed over, chased by Pharaoh's army, to find yourselves on the other side. That first moment of freedom is what we read about today. That first moment when the Israelites could breathe. It is such a moment in our history that it is one that we tell over and over and over again. In fact, we read it and sang about it on page 204 of our prayer book just a few moments ago. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. And then I invite you to turn to our Torah commentary. I want to just take a moment and invite you to turn to page 438. Because the expansiveness of that moment, that ability to take a breath, is expressed even in the text itself. On page 438, you will see the text as it appears in the Torah, filled with space. Filled with the space that the Israelites first had as they stood on the edge of the sea in that moment, having an opportunity for the first time in hundreds of years to actually breathe. You can feel them breathing, and you will feel them breathing as Max shares the Torah with us in just a moment. So as we prepare to turn to the Torah, I first want to invite Paloma Russ and Rocco Russ and Nathan Savoy and Lily Savoy and Noah Landau and Ruby Landau and Michaela Miller to join us on the bima to open the ark for us. And as they do so, I'd invite you to please all rise.
על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם העולמי. על
Somebody grab those
שלושה
handles and open the doors.
דברים,
That's what we're going to do.
על
You guys
שלושה
come over this side next to your mom
דברים,
and grandma.
על שלושה דברים, העולם
If you
העולמי.
want, have your mom stand up next to you.
על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
Max, this is your moment at Sinai, which we will actually read about next week. The Israelites standing at Sinai and actually doing exactly what you are doing in this moment, receiving Torah. That is a gift that is given in freedom, a gift that is given to you, given to all of us as an opportunity to take it on, to make it our own, and to change the world by using the wisdom and values and ethics that we learn from our tradition in order to make the world a more sacred place. As you become a bar mitzvah, that is the task that you take on. It can seem at times to be a rather heavy burden, as perhaps this Torah will feel after you've carried it around for a few moments, who knows. But it also is a joyous opportunity that lifts us up and gives our life fulfillment and purpose and meaning and fills us with a sense of hope and promise. And so I hope you feel all of that as you carry the Torah for the first time around this sanctuary filled with your friends and family and community, and that you will feel that always as you carry Torah forward in your own life. We pass the Torah to you now the way it has come to be yours, from the generations that passed Torah one to another, so you could be here to receive it from them. First from the generation of your grandparents, and then to your parents, who have the great blessing and honor of passing the Torah to you.
Baruch Shenantan Torah Le'amo Yisrael Bikdushato.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai iti uneromema Shemo yachdav Lecha
We invite Carrie Miller and Vicki Brown to join us to take the ornaments off the Torah. Carrie and Vicki. I'm just going to have you remove, so just take the yacht off there. And then we'll take the
You can hand
cover
that to me.
off.
Thanks.
I'll pull the cover off from the top. Just pull it from the top there. There we go. And then we're just going to just take this off here. Just pull it off.
It's Velcro. There you go.
There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. Please be seated. The cantor has it. Look at that. It's pretty easy to find your Torah portion. All right, so listen, speak up a little bit. Take your time, okay? So I'm starting here, and then I'll do that. You're going to do this first. Loud. Tell a story. Tell a loud story.
The Song of the Sea first starts with the Jews escaping Egypt and crossing the Red Sea, which had been split. Pharaoh changed his mind about having freed the Jewish people, and so he sent chariots after them. The chariots tried following them through the sea, but the water collapsed down upon the Egyptians, killing them. The Jews were finally free. They sang and sang about God's greatness. They beat hand drums, celebrated, and danced. The Israelites told God in song how great he is, how God is all-powerful. The Jews escaped through the Red Sea by a miracle, but many people think they don't believe in miracles. It's not that people don't believe in miracles, it's how they interpret them. A miracle doesn't have to be supernatural, though people believe it does. I think a miracle is something that is phenomenal and amazing. For example, if you're trying to get a good score on a test that you didn't study for, and you end up getting a good score, that could be a miracle. Though you might need a supernatural miracle to escape the wrath of your parents when they find out you didn't study. When you get something that you really wanted for a holiday, or you find a really nice person who helps you out in a tough time, these are all miracles. But not all miracles benefit everybody. The miracle of the splitting of the Red Sea illustrates this concept perfectly. It also shows that you won't feel what true happiness is unless you have felt sadness. For instance, the Jews suffered the wrath of the Egyptians, the wrath of the Egyptians for thousands of years, but eventually got their freedom. On the other hand, the Egyptians benefited from forcing the Jews to work for them. The Egyptians benefited from forcing the Jews to work for them, but later countless Egyptians died when they chased the Jews into the sea. There was a miracle, but it didn't quite favor the Egyptians as it favored the Jews. However, in helping the Jewish people, there was something that made it very important for them. They would have been less grateful for freedom if they hadn't endured slavery in Egypt for all that time. There is a lesson here. We rejoice that the Jews were able to be freed from Egypt and saved from the attacking Egyptian chariots. Still, there is no real happiness in seeing the death of the Egyptians. We learned that we should pray for all people, even if they are not always moral. We pray that the world will bring peace and harmony to all people.
So as we now turn to the reading of the Torah, I want to invite up for our first Aliyah, Bernice Bernstein, Matt, Karen, and Luke Welsh, and Jacqueline Welsh. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Repeat that. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'omrim v'natan et Torato. Baruch
Atoy Adonai, Notain HaTorah.
Amen.
Az Yashir Moshe Uvnei Yisrael Et Hashira Hazot Ladonai Vayomeru Lemor Ashira Ladonai Ki Ga'a Sus Vrachva Rama Vayam Ozi Vizimratia Vayheli Leshua Zi Eli Ve'anvehu Elohei Avi V'arom Menehu Adonai Ish Milchama Adonai Shemo.
Baruch Atoy Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, notein HaTorah. Amen.
You're going to come stand next to me. Right here.
For our second aliyah, we'd like to invite to join us on the bima John and Linda Prince, Joe Francis and Barry Greenlaw, Sylvia Jones, and Miriam Redleaf.
I can do a solo. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein HaTorah.
Amen.
Public service. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll let you guys work to do the transliteration.
Mir kavod paro v'chelo yarav vayam umivchar shalishav tubeu vayam suf tehamot yachas yumu yardu vimsalot kamo aven yamincha Adonai nedari bechoach yamincha Adonai tirat oyev.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai notein HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you. You're all going to go right next to the cantor, right over here. And for our third aliyah, Thelma Bronnett and Sheldon Schwartz, Sylvia Savoy, Lisa Bronnett, Phyllis Gunther, Marty Liboff, and Linda and Jay Weitzler. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein HaTorah.
Uverov ge'onecha taharos kamecha, teshalach charonecha, yochlema kakash, uveruach apecha, nermu mayim, nitzvu chamoned nozlim, kafu tehamot belev yam, amar oyev, Erdav azig achalek shalal. Timlae mo navshi arik charbi. Tore shemo yadi.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam notam b'tzukenu, baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Shalom, everyone. And for our fourth aliyah, Dana and David Russ, Amy and Michael Landau, Jonathan Schwartz, Kevin and Ann Savoy, and Dawn Miller. Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam. Repeat that. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Nashavta veruchacha kisamo yam tzalalu ka'overet b'mayim adirim michamocha ba'elim Adonai michamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehillah ose fele natita yaminecha Tivla emo ares.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Thank you all. Shabbat shalom. Right next to the counter. And for our fifth aliyah, your parents, Bob Bernstein and Carrie Prince.
Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai hayam v'rach. Baruch Adonai hayam v'rach olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hayam v'rach olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Nachita v'chastecha amzu ga'alta nehalta ve'ozecha el neve kadshecha shamu amim yirgazon chil achaz yoshvei palashat az nivhalu alufei edom elei ma'av yochazemo ra'ad na'amogu
melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tonu, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thanks, you can have a seat.
A couple things first. We're good. We got it. While we have the Torah open, we would like to take a moment to offer a prayer for those suffering illness of body, of mind, or spirit, those who are in need of healing. So I invite you to hold in your heart those in need of your prayers of healing. As we join together, you will find the words for our prayer for healing on the inside of the trifold pamphlet you received as you entered the sanctuary. It says Misha Berach on the top right corner. I invite you to join with us.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech veYirapeh et HaCholim.
Before we return to the last Aliyah, to Max reading the Torah, I'd like to invite up, if there's anybody, is there anybody who has never been up close to a Torah before? Well, we want to invite you to come on up here and see what Max has been doing. So we'd like to invite those of you who would like to see the Torah up close to come and join us very quickly. Just make your way up here. Gather around the Torah for a moment. I'll tell you a little bit about it. KCRW, I like your sweatshirt. Yeah. I'm a member. Come around. Just come around. Oh, my goodness. All right. Come on up here. So first of all, the Torah is an organic document. Everything about the way a Torah is made comes from God's creation. So of course we have wood handles, we have parchment. This is the skin of a kosher animal that is used to write on, and all the elements are mixed together actually from elements that come from Israel. Actually, the ink comes from Israel, and all natural elements. So here you can see Mi Chamocha, this song that the Israelites sang once they crossed over onto the other side and realized their freedom in context. And you can really see the poem as it appears in the Torah. If you look close, you'll notice around it, of course, all this Hebrew, but you'll see that there's some things that are missing if you look closely. There's no punctuation. There's no periods, no commas, no semicolons, no punctuation of any kind. The other thing that's missing is there are no vowels. So imagine reading something in English that has no punctuation and no vowels, just a bunch of consonants. That's what you're doing when you read Torah. Imagine reading a book in English that way. And if it was a book that you know well, if it's a common language, you would be able to read it, right? But every once in a while, you'd probably run across something and go, I'm not sure what that word is exactly. And it might be because it's a word you've never seen before, or it could be even because the consonants could make more than one word that would fit into the sentence. And of course, what we're reading here are the first 5 books of the Bible. And so that's all to say that whenever we read Torah, it's always a bit of an interpretation because, as you know, if you put a comma one place or a comma somewhere else, you can make a whole different meaning of the sentence. There's all those fun memes on the internet that you can play with that show different things that happen if you put commas in different places. So reading Torah is always a bit of an interpretation. And of course, there's also no musical notes, which Max has learned to read beautifully. In fact, there's a special melody just for this piece of Torah right here. And Max has learned the melody for this particular piece. This is called Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea. Today is called Shabbat Shirah, this Shabbat of Song. And Max learned a special melody that is used just for singing this particular piece of Torah. So it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort and learning. It's a lifetime of learning to learn to read Torah, to understand it, and to interpret it for others. And Max has begun that journey today. So I want to thank you all for coming up and sharing a little bit in the Torah. I invite you all back to your seats, and we're going to invite Max up in a moment to share the last bit of Torah with us.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And for our final aliyah, we invite our bar mitzvah, Max Bernstein, to the Torah.
Ya'amod, Ya'amod, Ya'amod. Yaakov Bilga ben Leb Shmuel bar HaMitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Tipol alehem emata vefachad bigdol zeruacha yidmu ka'aven ad ya'avor amecha Adonai ad ya'avor amzu kanita teviemo vetita emo behar nachalatecha Machon l'shivtecha pa'alata Adonai mikdosh Adonai konanu yadecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam neta betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
We're now going to lift the Torah to share with all of you. So we're going to invite Bob to come back up, who's going to lift the Torah for us. And then we're going to redress the Torah. So we'd like to invite Jake Horvitz and Kobe Grossman, who are going to redress the Torah for us, and Joanna... Joanna? Cancino. I was going to say Cancino, to join us, who will hold the Torah for us. And as we lift the Torah, I'll ask that you all please rise.
Just up. Start down, right?
Knees. There you go. Turn around. Okay, great. And then come back down. You can roll it together.
There we go.
Great. And then let's come back down. Sorry.
just going to sit here for a minute with the daughter, okay? All right.
Guys,
All right, thanks, guys.
thank you. You can have a seat. Shake the rabbi's hand too.
Please be seated. We turn now to the Haftarah, which comes from the second major portion of the Hebrew Bible, the Book of Prophets. And we read, as this is Shabbat Shirah, another song of celebration sung by the Israelites, this one called Shirat Devorah, Deborah's song. Deborah was a judge of the people of Israel, and we sing her song after another victory of the Israelites. So you will find Shirat Devorah on page 462 in your commentary, in your Torah commentary. I invite you to follow along there, page 462, as Max shares the Haftarah with us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher b'Torah u'v'Moshe Abdo u'v'Yisrael Amo u'v'Nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. U'dvara Isha Neviah Eshet Lapidot hi Shovta Yisrael ba'et hahi vehi yoshevet tachat omer devara bein harama uvein beit el bahar Ephraim vaya'alu eleha bnei Yisrael lamishpat Vetishlach Vatikra Levarak Ben Avinam Mikedesh Naphtali Vatomer Elah Halotziva Adonai Elohei Yisrael Lech Umashachta Behar Tavor V'lakachta imcha aseret alafim ish mibnei Naphtali u'mibnei Zevulun. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Tzur kol halamim, tzadik bechol hadarot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'osei, ha'mdaber u'mekayem, shekol devarav, emet v'tzedek. Al ha'avor, ahara, ve'al ha'vadah, ve'al hanvi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod u'tif'aret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, u'mevarchim otach, yitbarach shimcha, befi kol chai, temid le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. So before we return the Torah to the Ark, we want to invite up Michelle Horvitz, a member of our Board of Trustees. Have you ever met Michelle before? Mm-hmm. Oh. She has a few things to present to you.
here. On behalf of University Synagogue, its board, and officers, I'm delighted to present you your certificate of becoming a bar mitzvah. Our entire congregation and your temple family is very proud of you today. We hope that you continue many more years of synagogue involvement and that you participate in the Tichon program on Tuesday nights, the Madrahim program in the religious schools, and have fun at the Unity events. I also have the honor of presenting to you this $250 gift certificate towards a trip to Israel. It's from the North American Federation of Temple Youth, and may you travel to Israel and experience all the magic it has to offer. I also have this beautiful book about Israel from the Jewish Federation. Congratulations and mazel tov.
Thank you so much.
If you'll turn back in your prayer books now to page 200. Let me find it here. Hang on one second. There we go. 256. As we return the Torah to the Ark, we'd like to invite Matt Welsh and Jacqueline Welsh to join us on the bima to open the Ark for us. And we'll ask that you please rise as we approach the Ark.
Judaism, to me, means community. In more detail, community is talking with people, praying with people, and helping people. I believe that making new people feel welcome is very important to build community. I like to make people feel welcome by being kind, funny, and making them laugh. For all communities, people can work on being nicer in general and making everybody feel welcome. In Judaism, we have a value called Hesed that means loving kindness. After my bar mitzvah, as a Jewish adult, this is a value I would like to work on. I hope to practice Hesed by helping people who are in need. Everybody can make a difference by being kinder and more generous. Speaking of generosity, God has many names. One of the names we use for God is the generous one. That means that God is helpful, generous, nice, giving, and forgiving. These values that God holds, I hope I can also resonate with us. I hope we can be helpful, generous, nice, giving, and forgiving too. Another one of the names we use for God is my rock. A lot of people may think this sounds strange as a name for God, but it means some important things. Rocks are very hard and they are permanent. Even if a rock is broken, it's still there. That means that God is permanent and always stays with us. Rocks are also used as tools. Tools can be used to either create or destroy. God has the power to create or destroy, and so do we. Our job is to use the tools we have for creation, not destruction. Now that I am bar mitzvah, I'd like to create community through chesed, loving kindness, and continue to be a nice, funny, and welcoming person. There are many people who have helped me prepare for this day. Mom and Dad encouraged me to keep going even when times were tough. They never gave up on me and always helped me. Susan helped me learn the prayers and introduced me to what I had to do for my bar mitzvah. Kendra Shapiro helped me learn my Torah portion and helped me learn the melodies very well. Rabbi Lutz helped me write my Devar Torah. Zevi helped me with my personal prayer. Lastly, thank you to everyone who came to support me today.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. חיים היא למחזיקים בה בתומך מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובו חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו כקדם.
Be seated. I forgot something. How are you doing?
Good.
Are you thirsty?
A little bit.
You set a record today. I'm pretty sure you've drank more water than any bar bat mitzvah. Pretty sure. We even had to send the cantor out to get more water. Wow. You, Max, there's so much I would love to say to you, and I know I'll have the opportunity to do that. In this moment, I just want to say a few things. First of all, you've maybe heard me stand up here. If you've been here a few times, you've heard me talk about how bar mitzvah somehow seem to find the Torah portions that somehow they're supposed to get. How appropriate that you're here on Shabbat Shirah, on the Shabbat of song, and that we're singing the Shirat Hayam, which you chanted so remarkably and beautifully for us in its special trope, and Shirat Devorah, and now it's like Shabbat Shirat Max. You sing out not only with your voice, but with your soul and your spirit in so many beautiful and wonderful ways, and touch everybody by doing so. You do so because you do it all with such intent and focus. I loved working with you on your Devar Torah, because we would sit at my computer and really kind of think about the words that you wanted to say. And even though I just have to admit we left a little piece of it out, which was my fault, which was, should we tell everybody what it was? From Bruce Almighty. Was this supposed to be the end of his Devar Torah, which was to do what? To not only to celebrate miracles, but, do you want to say it?
Oh, yeah.
You want to say it? Okay, right here.
Sometimes, instead of waiting for a miracle, in the words of Bruce Almighty, sometimes you have to be the miracle.
There you go. Oh, wait, there's a question for you all.
So how can you be the miracle?
There you go. All right. Yes. And you've explained to us all what that's all about, to be the miracle, to make a difference in everybody's lives. That's what our tradition is really about. It's not about waiting for miracles. It's about taking charge and making sure that you go out and make the miracle happen. And that's what you've done for us today, Max, is made that happen. And that is a great blessing. That's a remarkable thing that you have done, and that you do with your sense of presence and who you are. I think that all comes from a place deep within us where God resides. We often think about God out there, but I think God's more important place is right here within us. And that our task is to connect with that. And you certainly have done that today and helped all of us to do that. So now you stand on the edge of a big journey, a journey that will take the rest of your life, a journey of carrying Torah, a journey of helping to bring your music, your song into the world. And as you do so, we are going to ask for God's blessing for you in front of the open ark, that God may be a source of inspiration, a source of song, a source of joy and delight, and help you sing the music of your life as you move forward. So we're going to go in front of the open ark. As we do so, we're going to ask your family and friends once again to please rise. May God bless you, Max, and always watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's divine presence continue to shine on you, to bless and to grace your journey through life.
Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
And may God's face be lifted towards you always, blessing you with the greatest of God's gifts, Max, the gift of shalom, the gift of wholeness and of peace.
V'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
If you'll all remain standing and turn in your prayer books to page 282, where we will join together in the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
If you'll remain standing and turn to page 294. The song we sing with our lives is not our song alone, but is a combination of melodies that have been passed down through the generations of our families. They are the melodies that we have taken on from those who sang the song of life before us and who blessed us with their melody. We take their song into our souls and make it part of our own as we continue along the path of life. As we each remember our own loved ones and the blessings that we have received from them. We remember, especially in this moment, those who were so precious and important to Max and to his family.
Eugene Bernstein, Jill Welsh, Ved Frant, Sarah and George Anistopoulos. Jack Prince, Clarence Prince, Henry Jones.
As we remember them and each our own loved ones, we say Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be always a source of blessing. On page 294, we join together. Yit Gadal, Vit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divra Chirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon Uvyomechon, Uv'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala Uvizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavarach Le'olam Ulamei Almaya, Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Romam V'yitnaseh, V'yit Hadar V'yit Haleh V'yit Halal Shmei D'Kudsha B'richu, Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechemata, Da'amiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all the bereaved among us. And we say, Amen. Please be seated. We're going to go down here. Would you like to come? We're going to go right down here. And join together in Kiddush and Motzi. With wine, we celebrate the sweetness of this day, and with the challah, we're reminded that the blessings that we have shared in this moment are to be shared with those whose lives we touch along the way. And so, if you would like to take your Kiddush cup and hold it for us there, and we're just going to do the short one-liner. Would you like to join with us? Please join with us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Take a drink. Sure. And now, we shall once again see what might be hiding underneath this cover. Oh my God, look again, it's a challah. Would you like, you get first bite, so we'll put your hand on there and join us. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, Shabbat Shalom. Go for it. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Join with us in Oseh Shalom. Yeah?
Oseh Shalom, Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Come have some challah.